Welcome to the tornado country scenario for Cities Skylines natural disasters. Now, this scenario requires us to build a city of 260,000 people. I really like this view. It's the view up the main entrance to the city. I think that's really impressive. It really flows all the way through. Now, if you watched the last part, you would have noticed that we'd gained a bit more population and the city's kind of staggering along. Looks like we've got a bit of a garbage system, so I think maybe we'll drop a incinerator in here. And what I've actually done is spent an hour, or no, 2 hours I would say, kind of tinkering is probably the correct word to do, because I think when you're building very big cities, you've got to stop doing major changes. You've got to kind of let the city settle, get into a flow, and just basically settle down and then start fine-tuning it. You can see here that I've still got one or two places here, and in this part we're going to be working on this area here, because what I want to do is basically create a tourist area. I don't want it too big, I want it in here. So what we're going to be doing is working on boats and planes, and I also want to solve the city's power problem, because I'm just getting a bit fed up of every time I get a thunderstorm, which I seem to get a lot of coming in. And then there's another issue which I've looked at. I don't know if I can do it. Go photographic. See this sea out here and round there. We're surrounded by a lot of water, so I'm actually expecting a tsunami sooner or later. We've got this big mound here which could be useful, but of course the edge of the city is here, kind of there, so we're not going to get an early warning. That's going to be the problem. A tsunami may basically happen at any moment and drop right in on top of us, but what we're going to be doing first is getting in. I want to get a passenger port in, and I want to kind of get it in around there. And then what I want to try and do is get in. I'm not going to put an international airport in. They're too big. They require a lot of flat space. And what I'm looking for is, so it's about there. I think because they all need flat spaces. There seems to be something there just says sloped. So what I'm going to do is kind of come out here a bit and just kind of go across here at random. Trust to luck. And see if we can. Nope, that's going to be no good. I think I'm just going to pause the game while I do this. I think maybe I need a bit more of an angle, because I don't particularly want a. I know all you guys want to see a natural disaster, but it can be really. There we are. Can just get an airport in there. It can be very inconvenient if you're trying to build something like this and a natural disaster kicks off, especially if it's quite a big one. And I had it in a game. It's not. I'm not recording it. It's a game I'm playing for myself. I'm just building a city, and I was doing really well. Suddenly I had this, and I had the disasters on, and I think we can kind of get across like that. Don't like that. I think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe if we can join it in. Yeah, I was quite happily building this my city, and I got this major. It was a tsunami came in, and while I was in this situation where I was trying to build my city up and manage the normal day-to-day city, and it literally came in and tore my city apart. And so the moral of the story is, guys, if you're wanting to build something up and build quite a major city, temporarily switch off natural disasters, the random one. I think maybe we can get a bit creative here. What I want to do is kind of come up here maybe just come round in a curve like that, and maybe come down here a bit straight like this. And I think maybe what we'll do is that's kind of two side by side. What was that? Looking a bit stupid. Oh, I need to leave a lot of space because I'm going to be building some pretty big buildings, guys. I don't like that. I'm going to be, as I say, I'm going to be building some pretty large buildings in this part because this is kind of going to fit into like 3 parts. Oops, bugger. Because I want to build this so I can place large buildings because I need the ports. Because another reason why I'm wanting to build in, I think that would do, and then I'll come across like, and we'll just put an ordinary road in across like this. You can come down like that. Yeah, the reason I want to put in, make plenty of space, because I've got to solve the energy problem and I've got a way of solving that. I also want to get in this tourist area and get it connected up so that I can basically not just get tourists in, but other kind of new residents can come in by boat and plane, and that might ease the traffic problems, because one of the problems I've had is when I've kicked off major growth areas, which will be up here in a little while, I will have a problem with the sheer number of people coming into the city. So I think that will work, and I think what we're going to do now is put a metro in. We've got a nice big war chest. And what I'm kind of thinking of is, want it, will that go that way? No, it's going to go that way. So, and what I want to do is kind of put a large metro loop in. And quick tip here, guys, if you're going to put near a port, oh bugger, slope too steep. Great. Okay, we're going to have to go this way. That'll do. And we'll be able to get a metro in there. I want another one just by the route. Actually, I think that could probably go in that way round. I think people can walk that far out from the airport. Nelly said railway station, and I think what I'm going to do is drop you down into there like that, and I want this to kind of come in, say about there. We're just going to square this off. Metro stations don't seem to, or metro trains don't seem to suffer from problems with curves. You could put very sharp curves in and they just seem to be okay. That's good, it's gone over the top of the... So basically we've got an exchange station here. We'll put some pathways in through here that will kind of connect up this area. And we've got a kind of front here looping the station round. I think that will work. I'm just gonna put this in. Once I put the rail lines in, that can come down to there and round to there and connect up to there. Of course, we're going to go back round the other way. There we go. I mean, I might expand this metro line later on. So I've just had a quick cough, so if there's a pause in the video, that's why. And I think while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to get a... I think you can go down, go under here, and come back up like that. And you can come in right next to the there, and of course we've got no water, so I'm just going to pause the game while I zone up all the water. It's going to take a little while, and I'll also pause the video. Oh, there we are, guys. We've got the water in. We're gonna have a bit of a power problem, so I need to kind of connect this area up. I think I've got the power up here, and I think because I'm fed up with thunderstorms, I'm going to drop a nice big park in there. That should push the power up that way a bit, and we need a police station, so I think we'll drop a police station on there. That connects that up, and of course we need a fire station as well, or police station. That must be a fire station. Yep. So as usual, I've got them back to front. I think we'll put the police station in there, and just to get this underway, I'm going to put a park. Small park, plaza for trees. That won't go in there. That it would probably go there. Don't know if that will connect. Okay, we'll put another. Yeah, really small park in there. Okay, so if that'll fit there, and that should connect up there, because I've deliberately let the actual high density commercial pile up a bit for obvious reasons. That should help. Now, so that kind of gets the residential open, and I can't remember if I actually flagged this as a tourist area. We need to make that into a tourist area, just make sure we got the fit right. Probably need to take it out a little bit this way, and up to here. And of course what we are going to do is make this into an old town and a heavy traffic ban, because I don't want anyone taking any shortcuts. So we've got a little bit of residential, but that can wait, and a little bit of industrial, where we can make that up. So we've got a footpath through there connecting. Probably put another one through here later on. And what I probably will do is, how can we do this? I don't want it to be too formal. I want it to be a little bit erratic. I think maybe we'll come across like that. I probably won't connect that, so let's come across like that. Maybe we'll upgrade it to trees, give it a bit of panache. Now we're going to move on to the next part. Now, one way to solve your power problems, if you've already unlocked this monument, is to get a fusion power reactor. As you can see there, it produces 16,000 megawatts, and it only costs 8,000 a week to rent to the thing. And if you compare that to this is a nuclear power station, and you only get 640 megawatts. Now, but to unlock this monument, we've got to do this. So we've got to construct a tax office. Now these are our tax offices, and that are these special buildings here. This is a tax office, and what classifies a tax office as a monument, I've got absolutely no idea. I think we'll put a tax office there, and if you come here again now, what will happen is it will tell you again, and we now need to construct an observatory. Where can we put an observatory? We don't actually have any mountains or anything here. We've got a bit of a mountain here, so maybe we can have the observatory up on a mountain top here. I mean, I don't want to put it in the
The
tour.
Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area.
I hate it when it does that.
Residents are advised to avoid forested areas. A forest fire is raging in the area.
How can I have a
Reforest
forest
and tree
fire
houses
in the middle of my
immediately.
city? Oh well. Well, I'm sure I've got plenty of fire helicopters and various other bits and pieces that will deal with this. I think that's got a little bit of altitude, and we need to find the observatory. It's in here somewhere. There it is. We can put this up here in splendid isolation, 85,000. Of course it's going to need water and power. So we've got an observatory up here. Coming along quite nicely. Let's see if we've got any fires here. Anybody on fire? Nope. Right, so what do we need now? We need the construct the fountain of life and death. Okay. So let's pause it because these people are complaining. Again, this is another unique building. You see here, the trouble with unique buildings is they have such a big Lazarus parcel. Sometimes it takes a little while to find them. That's the Plaza of the Dead, Statue of Wealth, Statue of Shopping, Friendly Neighbourhood Park, Official Park. Okay, where are you hiding from me? Opera House, Observatory, Official Park, Helicopter Park, Disaster Memorial, Fountain of Life and Death. There we are. Well, we want to put you in there, and then you will connect through there, and that should connect this area up. I don't think we're running out of power. Now we've got loads of power at the moment. So we've now got this connected up, and the next thing we need here is we've got to construct a science centre. This is where, I mean, a science centre is a pretty big building if I remember correctly. It's a courthouse. I can never remember where all these things are. Science centre. See here, it's got a very, very big footprint. And I think maybe we're the science centre in there. Now you can see why I was saying about I wanted to do all this in this area here, because when I will fill this in with, you can see our first ships coming in, and what should happen if there's anyone actually coming in, sometimes the first ships come in and they're empty. It takes a little while for kind of people to get an interest if we go to the airport. It looks like we've got a few tourists coming in and out the airport. So we've built a science park, and what do we now? We've got to construct a modern museum of art. So let's get a few rows in. And maybe we're kind of come across here, come down here, and maybe we're go a bit creative like this. Maybe we'll come down in like that, and you can come across like that. Right, what was it again I needed to create? Modern Museum of Art. Let's see if watch the ship come in. Oh, got a few people coming out. So there's a few people leaving, but nobody coming in yet. Okay. Mind you, we got it on slow speed, so actually I think we could. No, we've got a lot of demand at the moment. Maybe what we could do is just finish off this area here. Just go up here. come in like that. Maybe that can come across like that. And then we can put in some high density round like that, a bit next to the. And I've never been too sure. I mean, any of you actually know? I've never been too sure, actually, whether you get different buildings when you actually have high and low density in a leisure area, whether you actually get different buildings in there. So we want the Modern Museum of Art, so where can we put this? Probably won't fit in here. There's very, very big buildings these are. Maybe we're okay. No, let's put it there. So we've got Modern Museum of Art. Is the power joining up yet? Well, it's starting to get there. Maybe we can. Again, as I said, I don't want this to be too kind of over. And I think what we could do, just to take the pressure off from that thing here, is we can throw out a couple of spurs like that and put some offices in here as well, like this, because even tourists don't like noise from a highway. So we can put some little bit of there. We've now got the Modern Museum of Art, and now we need to construct a Plaza of the Dead.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Where's this tornado coming in? We've got a tornado. It says tornado 1.9. Where is it? Come on. Oh, it's up here. Do I need to evacuate? Oh, one thing I have done is I've got rid of all the small shelters. I think when a city gets to a certain size, I converted all my shelters to large. I think maybe we'll evacuate the citizens here and maybe here, just in this top two areas. Well, that's running. Just jazz it up a little bit. And we'll get back to doing what I'm doing over here. Fusion of the Plaza of the Dead. I'm pretty sure I know what that actually looks like. It looks like that. Maybe we'll put this in here, because you never know. Maybe we'll put that on the outside like that. Is that connected up? Yes. And I think we'll go to connect this through here like that for the moment. That should start to spread a bit. We've got a Plaza of the Dead in, and we've now got a fusion power plant. And what I want to do is basically tuck the fusion. If you watch here, the power's already off the scale because I'm already using nuclear power stations. But watch this. I drop that in there, and I'm not going to get rid of the nuclear power stations. Got one over here as well. Just going to switch them off. I've switched off, and as the game works through, has this tornado landed yet? You can see that the power's right off the chart, and it means that, like, these. Here it comes. Here it comes.
A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
I'm glad I didn't start building up this area. It looks like it's going to come straight for my area here. We might just get a glancing blow, actually. As I say, I'm glad I didn't actually start working on this area. I think the speed I'm going at the moment, I think we can because we'll be here all night.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
It's only a minor one actually, it's only 1.9, so I think we can actually... oh no, it's coming into the city. My biggest concern is actually tsunamis at the moment. I think the people I evacuated up here actually goes up quite high. That's quite nice actually, I like that. I don't think it's actually done any real damage. Come on, finish. Yeah, let's damage this area through here. Of course you come up here. You can release all the citizens from the shelter. Of course we're going to get these roads repaired as quickly as possible, because this is the type of when the disasters damage your primary roads. You can see here, if I stop here, they're all traffic just stops and queues up and then starts to time out. I think that's it. There we had a bit of a brush. Looks like we got a thunderstorm coming in. So we've now got our hadron collider in here. It means now I've got, if we look for power plants, there's like we've got one there, coal powered power station in here somewhere. I'm sure it said there was a coal incineration plant. I'm sure they said that there was that's an incineration plant. I know I've got a couple of coal powered stations here. I'm just going to delete these because I don't need them anymore. We'll just check the connection here.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
And we'll get rid of these because I don't need them. I think that's the main power generating anything else here. As I say, I'm going to keep the nuclear power stations, one because they cost a lot, and two, they actually, yeah, I think I destroyed a lot of my other oil fired and coal fired power stations when I went to nuclear. For some reason these guys have got a trash problem. I think maybe I think I put an extra one in, didn't I? Got a lot of trash capability going on here. This is a coal powered power station. I can go. It's that one. And I think maybe we'll get another incinerator in there to try and work the city over. And the other thing, everything I've been doing here, sorry I'm flashing all over the place guys, is I've been developing this industrial area here a little bit. So I think maybe we can kind of zone in some more.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to
zone in
stay
some
indoors.
there. And we got a little bit. And I think what we can do now is zone in the rest of this area. And I think maybe we're kind of come in here. I want to get we've got some, I want a horse riding centre in here just for the fun of it. I think we'll put that there. Of course I want to get some paths in. See the horse running around. There. Yeah, I think maybe you can connect there. I think you're doing quite well here. I think what we'll probably have to do is bring in spurs from this road, like a bit like that, because I don't really want. And what we can do then is connect up to here, just like that. So that it makes a kind of a bit of a cliff walk along the top here. You can come down like that. And anything else we can get in here? Oh, we got a skateboard park. Let's get a skateboard park in. I must admit, we got a beach volleyball court. Not that we got a beach, but maybe we put a beach volleyball. Oh, let's put it there. We've got a little bit of a. And I don't know if we've got any other monuments or buildings. We've got a golf range. That could be cool. Maybe we'll put a golf range in as well. As I say, the key with tourism is don't go over the top too much. It doesn't really pay, to be honest. I think if we put a park there, that will connect them up. And see what else we got in here. Lazarus Park, no, anything else here? It's Transport Tower, we don't really want anything that big. Actually, there should be a zoo in here somewhere. I'm sure there was a zoo in here. It's like an aquarium, but again, that's pretty big. Although we could put that on the outside edge like that. Expo Centre. Let's find the zoo. I'm sure there's a zoo in here somewhere. Or am I being delusional? There it is. And well, that fits in really, really nicely. I like that. A zoo. Quite a nice looking zoo. Not that I've been into a zoo for a very, very long time, but. And so we've kind of got this area kind of taped out. That's actually connected, but they don't have any power, but I think we can connect that across there. I'm not going to build much into this area yet because I'm half considering if I want a cargo hub, I will probably put it here and then run it up into this area. You can see here I've had to work on this area a bit and I've had to put some fast lanes in. You can see this sheer. It looks bad, guys, and I mean it does look really, really bad, but the thing you got to remember is that if these trucks coming in from outside doing deliveries and all these trains queuing up here, you can see all the trains are queuing up. If these trucks weren't queuing up to get to these stations, they would be effectively trying to get across my city, probably across bridges here and things like that. So that's the way you've got to look at it. Let's have a quick look. I mean, got no ships coming in just at the moment. Got an aircraft coming in. If there's anyone, there we are. There's a nice big wodge of people. And again, if I pause the game so we can capture them, you've got the ones with the funny hats on tend to be tourists. What you will often find mixed in is ordinary people here, and these are new residents. And it may seem strange because it's saying here that the city is shrinking, which it has done. It's shrunk to 72,000 because of my kind of neglect. But there's a ship coming in now. Let's have a quick look at the ship. But what you've got to remember is the city may be shrinking by 290 a time, but at the same time, yeah, I can see all these people coming in. And there's a whole other watch now, so you can see the port's really starting to work now, which is what I wanted. So that's really starting to come together. Now we've got massive demand, and I do really need to work on this. Actually, we've got some commercial, so I think what I'm going to do is zone in the heavy commercial or high density commercial here. Across here like that, and through here. Maybe, as I say, I don't want to make this super dense, and I think maybe we'll go light commercial here. So there's going to be lots of gaps, and I will fill them in with trees. Maybe here we can. And I'll come across like a bit like that. Why doesn't that like connecting? Or that does not? That it's not. Maybe you come in like that, and again we're just actually, if we go to sometimes the quickest way to fill in a regular shapes like this, and again I'm gonna just connect behind here with a footpath. This can kind of go across the back like that. So we've got our golf range, and goes straight that, come in like that, and you can come in like that. You're across, I think that would be it. And again I'm just going to pop a footpath up here. Maybe we'll come across like that. And I think it might be nice to have a really big park in here like that. And then this can kind of come across and connect like that. That can connect like that. And then we can just, I think we'll go low density here. Like that. Just fill in this area here. Like that. Yep, I like that. Oh, the other thing I want to show you, I haven't managed to catch one yet, but you can see our football team, they've won 4, lost 2. But I haven't yet caught a match. I don't know when the next match is going to be. Next match, 22nd of the 12th, 2038. So, right, now I'm aware of the time. I think what I'm going to do is just do some routine stuff. We're just going to look at the city. And then in the next part, we're going to do the expansion up here. In fact, what I will probably do is do some provisional work up here first. And then in the next part, we will start expanding out that way, pushing the city up. Still not got any major disasters. I'm very worried about a tsunami there. A tsunami, this is all very low-lying territory. And we've got no defences, and we probably won't have any warnings until it hits. So, oops, these guys have obviously got. Oops, helps if I zone in some water, doesn't it? Major fail there. What was there? I had water. Never mind. That should solve it. These people, actually, what I could do is, might as well just finish this area off. Kind of come down here like that, and we can just get back to. We can put a bit more. What's that there? Oh, police headquarters. Oh, oh, that looks cool. And maybe we will fill in this area. And what was I going to do? Water, yes, water's getting low. And what I'm deliberately doing is spreading my water capabilities around. I don't think you get any pollution from ports. No. So now we've got here, I think what I'm going to do is put a water intake just here. Now we've built up this corner. That should give me a power connection. Yep. And then that will spread the water capabilities. I've also been putting in water towers. I can't remember if I've mentioned this in previous parts. We've got some water towers there just as a kind of insurance. And I've also put in pumping stations. We've got some outfalls here I've put in, which is showing that it's an outfall, and I've got a couple of pumping stations up here, and I've also put a couple over here, just so that when a tsunami does arrive, and I'm pretty sure one will eventually, it will. I think we'll just delete these buildings through here to get it cleared up. We're a bit of a long way away from the centre of population, which could be an issue. I might have to create a small residential area up here, and you can see we're still losing population. But when I was tinkering, it's very important, if you're going to build a large city, you've got to get these buildings maxed out. Yeah, you've got to get them maxed out completely. So yeah, I definitely think I'm going to need now to work. But a quick dodge, when you've got a little bit of demand like that, what you can do is, like, you could look at an area like this and think, well, what I can do is this. You can dezone this area, put in there, and then what you can do is dezone this commercial like that, put offices in there, put offices there, and a little bit there, like that, and this is where you can adjust zones. Oh, you actually get a chance to see the bus queues as well. But when you've got a little bit of demand, what you can do is just do things like that. Is just kind of tinker with the zoning, and that's what I call fine tuning, because obviously we get some more people in there, we get a bit more demand, and as I say, we're losing population. I really need to start working on this area up here, but I think I'm coming up to 40 minutes, and by the time I do the time lapses and other bits and pieces, it's still going to be quite a long video. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting. That tip with the power plants, we've now got our tourist area growing very strongly. You can see we've got our tower boxes and that. Everything, I think everything is now connected up one way or another. Just a queue for a tsunami to come in and wipe it all out. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.